Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching this video. My name is DJ McD and praise Jesus. I'm saved. Jesus Christ is my personal savior and I'm happy to be here. Once again, we have a new day and you have to be happy and be glad in it. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much for your subscription, liking, watching, commenting and everything that you've been doing on this channel. We thank you so much. And concerning Alice, that is Mama Kelvin series, bado zinaendelea, bado zinasonga kusonga up to part 2 21, 22 ndo tutajua maneno itafika wapi. But in the meantime, thank you so much for your support, supporting McD Foundation. Thank you so much. The best thing you can do, it is to join. There is an icon there that you can click to join, and then you be donating something on McD TV so that we can be able, not even McD TV, McD Foundation, so that we can be able to help those people who are less fortunate, to educate so many people, and God will bless us all. In the mighty name of Jesus, today I'm hosting a very special guest, and her story is very inspiring, which is very painful. It is not a story you would like to hear, but because it is here, just allow me to present her to you, to give us this story, and I'm sure one or two people, they're going to learn from this story, and they're going to be empowered, and to know all is not lost. Even at your worst moment, there's still God in heaven to save and rescue you in all that you're doing. We are sponsored by Brico Homes Limited, where we say it is a touch of fulfillment. We sell plots for you. We have Jujama Store, where we are selling 50 by 100 plots at only 1.55 million Kenya shillings, which are located in Jujama Store, 6.5 kilometers from Thika Superhighway. Aftermarket is only 1.5 kilometers. Imagine, you can just buy and build, you can do apartments, you can even farm there. There's so many things you can do there. These plots are commercial, residential, and it is not controlled. You can do whatever it is you want with your plot. We have Juja Farm, Akomaga, where we're selling 40 by 80 at only 630,000 Kenya shillings, which is inclusive of title deed, and they are located at Juja Farm Akomaga. Kwenye lami imefika hapo mbele kidogo. That is about 15 kilometers from Thika Superhighway, and we also have Juja Earth. We're selling these plots at only 525,000 only, and they're very nice plots, 40 by 80, inclusive of title deeds. We have my Mahio 50 by 100 going at only 450,000 Kenya shillings. We have Kitengela 50 by 100 going for 1.6 M. We have Chaka, Nyeri County, going for only 450,000 Kenya shillings. We have Matu 50 by 100 going for 330,000 Kenya shillings. We have Nyahururu, Kwakongo, Nyahururu Kukuge Guade. We are selling at only 150,000 Kenya shillings. And you have the most interesting and the most developing area, Jos Kamala. We are selling at only 480,000, without forgetting Kamakis, Kumari. 50 by 100 going for only 750,000 Kenya shillings. Asanteni sana. And also we've been sponsored by BTL, where we are shooting this video from, Bible Translation Literacy. It is a very good place, by the way. This is where Bible is being translated to your own language, because we have so many tribes in Kenya and the translation is being done in BTL. This place, you can host your event, you can host seminars, you can host workshops, weddings, such kind of ceremonies. You can have them here. And the best thing about this place, they have like 4 to 5 wedding grounds where you can host your wedding, you can do your seminars here. They have a swimming pool, they have a coffee shop, they have a very big restaurant, and they have accommodation as well. Without forgetting, they have the best prayer center in this world. Asanteni sana. Karibu sana. And now help me invite and welcome my guests for today. Thank you so much. Karibu sana. And as I've just said, help me welcome my very able guest for today. Karibu sana. Unaitwa nani? Tell us your name, umetoka wapi? Just face the camera. Tell us your name na kwenye umetoka.
My name is Rosemary Wangari Njeri. Nimetoka Kiambu County. Itura ritagwo Nyashafa, hakuhi na Witeithie na Juja.
Nyashafa ni kuzaliwa, ni kwenu, ni kununua umenunua ama?
Kuciarirwo kule. Yeah, I've been raised in Nyashafa. I've grown there. Nimekuwa on and off, but it's home.
Oh, thank you. So in this interview, she's not like that perfect in Kikuyu. I don't know why. Kwa nini? Ni kulelewa ama ni nini? It is good to share things the way they are.
I love Kikuyu and I love Kiswahili. But digwa di comfortable muno ngeria githungu na ti
ati wetea. Hey, na kono wetea do no way. Now what you'll do, just speak the language that you're comfortable in. Okay? Yeah. So that's good. Kuzaliwa maisha yako ilianzia wapi? Utotoni, pale shule na nini? Because you have a very deep story.
Yeah. Nimezaliwa Nyashafa, nikalelewa huko. I was living in my grandmother. I was raised by my grandparents. Mr. Solomon Kagia, may he rest in peace. Then my grandmother is still alive. Then nimekuwa na mama yangu on and off. But who I can say has raised me vizuri na nilea kutoka nikiwa mdogo is my grandmother.
So do you have your mom?
My mom just passed.
Pole.
They passed August.
Pole sana.
August 20 last year.
2023.
Yeah, 2023. Tulimzika. But
pole.
yeah, we thank God that she's at peace right now and she's resting. Yeah.
So now what happened that ulireziwa na shosho yako?
Yeah. What happened is that my mother was young and my grandmother my grandmother took me in when I was younger. I just found myself there being raised by her. That's the only explanation I can say. But I can say that kuna kale ka disconnection ka mzazi mtoto. Yeah, I don't want to say that she was a bad mother, but I would love to say she did her best as a mother. So, like most of the time, it was my grandmother.
Wow.
If I have to say some things about my mother, I'll say them later. But right now, I can say she played a role as a mom too.
And how did it all start?
Okay, it started when I was 12. 12 years. At the age, at my preteen, I was my pastor told me that they are called formalities. Yes, when you're unajielewa, you know who you are as a woman or as a young girl. So, excuse me.
Kunywa tu maji utupe story. Ni mzito sana.
So like nilikuwa nakaa na shosho yangu, then my mother came and akasema she wants to be a mother to me, which is very okay. I've yearned, nilikuwa nina yearn for that because you know I've been raised by my grandmother. Kule watoto ni wengi. My grandmother has alikuwa na watoto wengine, so you see being the only kid mwenye si wake, sometimes you find she has forgotten me and it's understandable. So because kuna needs zangu nilikuwa nahitaji kama mtoto. And so the fact that my mother came, I felt like it would be nice to just have a mother and a father in the room together. So I was excited, ile furaha. We moved. Ile excitement, yeah, like now I'm going to live with my parents and all that. So I went. I was so innocent.
You're going to live with your mom now?
Yeah, so innocent. Ndio tunaingia. So when tuliingia like kwa nyumba, it was very beautiful because sasa nilichangewa shule yenye nilikuwa, nikaingiwa kwa shule nyingine. But little did I know that my happiness was only short-lived because it was like a beginning of a new chapter. And the chapter was not just a chapter, it was a chapter where I was becoming a woman at a tender age. And like it's one of the things I don't like talking about, but I will talk to a woman out there or a girl out there who is going through something like this, and you will want to get healing, or you want to be better,
to get out of it.
Because when you go through rape or sexual assault, kuna ile, there are so many things that are taken away from you. Kuna ile dignity, you don't feel clean anymore.
That girl in you.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're...
You don't take pride in that.
Yeah. You are akuna peace. You don't have the peace inside your heart anymore. you don't even enjoy relationship, even friendship. Actually, if I can say, I can talk about the relationships I've had with people. I don't know how to keep relationships. The longest I've kept it was only 6 months. Even imekuwa like flow.
And what usually happens?
What usually happens
relationships
is like kuna na ile fear. Like what if they leave you? What if they see you for who you are or something? So unasikianga you're not worthy of them because you see yourself as a dirty human being. So as I'm talking to this, I know, I'm not saying that I'm still there, but I've said it has been a battle. I started doing therapy last year, and I can say I've seen some impact. But before I go to therapy, let me talk of what happened when I was...
And before that, I want us to connect and understand what happened between you and your mom and your shushu. Okay, at that time was your mom married?
Yeah, she was married. Yeah.
Na mlikuwa na babako sasa, your biological dad?
I don't know my dad. I didn't get to see him, but she was staying with my stepfather. So my stepfather was just a man who was excited because sasa nimepewa title ya daddy. So you know how you feel. Daddy now. Now he's buying you sweets, he's buying you all those things. Now you have someone you're calling dad, someone you can go on the lap umshikilie, ukae tu hapo ukiwa na peace. But it was short-lived because at the age of 12, he comes in the house and he's like, he starts touching me like someone who is grooming me for something. He touched my boobs, hands. The next is on my behind and all that. I know you're getting what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so it started like small. So I thought I'm supposed to be loved like that because I've never been loved by a dad before. Never been shown
anything of the sort.
Yeah, so I'm so excited, like, nimependwa, this is how you're supposed to be loved. No, it got serious when I saw Vaseline for the first time being applied in my private areas. So I'm like, what is...
So how did you get there?
We got there when my mom always leave. Alikuwa anaenda kesha. Most of the time alikuwa anaenda kesha za home. And my relationship with her was not okay. Kulikuwa na kale rejection kambali.
With your mom?
Yeah, kale rejection kambali. So nile unajaribu kuconnect na yeye, unasikia like kuna kashida, hakuna kupenya. I can't talk to her. Kuna ile wall. So I remember it started. I can't remember the actual day it happened. It started happening, but I can see myself doing it. Him getting, him doing it to me a number of times. Numerous number.
We are talking of now your stepdad having sex with you.
Yeah.
So the first time, how did it start?
I really. It's one of those scenes that I don't like talking about because I struggled with that for long. So the idea of talking about it is just traumatizing. But he used to, like, he taught me about sex. Like it was like ni kama nishagrumiwa. I'm being grouped now. Like now I know my body is for this. And now my body is like ishazoea, ni kama sasa imeanza kuzoea. So like mi sioni ni kama ni kitu mbaya ina happens because I'm so naive. So I'm like, he says do this. Excuse me.
Sorry.
I do it. I follow blindly. So he like, and I remember the first time he took Vaseline and Ashani tore everything. Now he's like applying it on my private parts because now he wants to. I that's the only picture that terrifies me. Every time I see Vaseline, I get terrified. I get traumatized because I remember what happened. So
it's okay.
I really, the fact that it happened a number of times. The point of explaining it to...
It's okay. Just take some water.
Benyanga, okay. You forgive me if I don't want
No,
to.
it's okay. It's okay.
If I won't explain that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Because it's kind of
traumatizing.
Yeah. Because now, actually.
But now we understand what happened and what has been happening.
Yeah. So.
That is what used to happen that time. It's okay.
So it happened and happened and happened until one day we went to church. And it was in CCI Joy family. Then there was teenagers. They were having some teenagers. It was some teenagers. It was a seminar, something like that. And they were speaking about, I don't remember the actual topic, but they mentioned when they were preaching, they were talking about Talma, the book of 2 Samuel. And Tama, how Tama was led by Amnon, and how revenge came in Absalom and all that. And so they were talking about it. And then I realized that was what was happening to me. So now I'm now here. I go and talk to the pastor. And now hapo ndipo nilipata courage yangu ya kwanza ya kuongea na mtu. I talk to my pastor and I'm like, this is what has been happening to me. So how do I get out of this? How do I face this? So he told me that he can't, okay, hakuna venye unaweza potea out of it, but I have to talk to your mother. He just told me, like, is there a way your mother can come to the church? Because my mom used to go to church to join family. Is there a way I can have a one-on-one with your mom? Because if I have a one-on-one with your mom, it would be better for her to akisikia hii kutoka kwangu. Because him talking to me and talking to, hakuna venye angeweza kukuja nyumbani. Because mama wangu hakuwa anaenda fellowship sana and all that. So she had to come. So ile kuenda kuambia mom, like my pastor anamtaka, you know, hasa unajua relationship yangu na yeye haikuwa mzuri. So I just slept, nika ignore your story, nikaenda home and I continued. I can remember, like some days later, jioni sasa, I can't recall it properly, but I can recall my mother went to Alienda Kesha and she carried on my sisters. Actually, it happens, if I can remember, all this started happening even before my sisters were born. So like now, hiyo time yote imekuwa ikihappen. Now I have 2 sisters wenye wakubwa sasa. Mama yangu amewabeba, wameenda nao, ameenda Kesha. So I'm left in the house alone because my stepdad hako amefika. So nimeachwa na yeye kwa nyumba. He came drunk as usual. Akaingia. He started touching me as usual. But this time now I was aware of what was happening to me.
And at what age were you that time?
I can't recall it, but it was almost 15, 16 there. Now, because hapa even ndio inakuja kumalizikia, it was almost up for 15, 16. So I'm in the house, I'm sleeping, and my sisters wameenda. So now I'm alone. His sons are low. I mean. So after that, he's touching me. He's touching me. So now I'm aware, like, I'm not supposed to be touched. I'm not supposed to be touched at all. So I start acting all like I'm against it and all that. So he looks at me and tells me that kwa nyumba kuna watu wa zamani walikuwa wanaweka mapanga. But now ours we had a spear thing. Ilikuwa inakaa kama mshale. Kikitu kimenza hivi. So he takes it and tells me like, if you don't, I'm going to kill you. So me, I was almost nilikuwa karibu na mlango. So I open the door and I get out. I go to an unfinished house. I think the neighbor had us that day. But now there's no way angefanya anything because I don't think my relationship, my mom's relationship and the neighbor's relationship were cool. So she just locked herself in the house. So like now we are done. Like sasa tuko like niko nje. He comes looking for me. So akinitafuta venye nilipata. He tells me like, come kuja tu kwa, he begs me to come back and he's not going to touch me. So I get guaranteed that he's not going to touch me. So when I go back to the house, I slept there. Then early in the morning I woke up, nikaenda kwa shosho yangu. Then I talked to my grandmother. I just mentioned her one day. I didn't explain to her what has been actually happening.
Let me ask you something. Did you ever share this with your mom? Did you share this with your mom?
She knew it from my grandmother. Because that's a relationship yangu na mother haiko poa. Because I knew if I dare talk to her, she would reject me. Because the moment my grandmother told her, because when I went home, I talked to my grandmother and I gave my grandmother, like it was one, it was just one sentence. What has been happening? What happened? So my grandmother, when alipata hiyo information, approach mother. Akaambia, do you know this is what has been happening? So when aliambiwa, my grandmother akakataa. My mother when aliambiwa na shosha yangu akakataa, akasema ati nataka kuharibu kwake. So kuharibu kwake, like sasa niko like kuharibu kwake and I'm going through this and I'm your daughter. Like kuharibu kwako how? So hiyo like when alisema kuharibu kwake, mimi nikaona like I can't even approach her. I can't even talk to her about anything. So mimi nika develop hiyo like ya kujua tu niko peke yangu. Because hakuna kitu shosho alijaribu, alikuwa ananikujia. So sasa venye nilikam kwa shosho, nikakaa kwa shosho, I didn't go back again. I didn't go to my mother, but my mom came and told me again. Venye alikujia tena, my grandmother alikuja akanikujia shule. So it has been, I think that's all until now to forgiveness. Because I struggled with unforgiveness, bitterness. Because it was not like when you're going through something and you don't know what is really happening to you is another different story compared to when you know what is happening to you. So now this is me going through something I've never experienced and sijawahi sikia mtu anafanyangwa. I'm so naive. So now I come to realize that so your feeling your bitterness I started hating me for who I am. I can remember like at a rejection ya madhi, kuna time I have this picture of my I used to the rejection ya madhi, if I can talk about it a little bit, like it was when I was a little bit young, I used to bedwet. Let me just talk because I don't bedwet anymore. So like if you can remember hizi mikeka za zamani zenye zilikaa zinakaa kama something zenye ziko na two lines, hizo two lines zile za Waswahili. We used to live in a mabati house na ilikuwa haikuwa imekorogwa chini. So hiyo mkeka ndio ilikuwa chini. So you can imagine it was a single house. It was a single room. My mom's bed is here, our bed is here, there's a chair here. So my mom, because I'm bedwetting, akaniambia nitakuwa nalala chini. I used to sleep down. So uko chini sina, I only have a blanket na nalia mkeka. So I can imagine nilikuwa na kuliwa na sitako hata isi mwakakasha. The small ones zilikuwa zinanikula all night. I used to like sikuwa nalala, kazi yangu ilikuwa kuzitoa kujitoa. Now you can imagine inakuliwa na madhasha and my father is here, he's smoking his cigar, amekalia kiti and he's moving his hands all over my body.
What?
Like he's touching my boobs and my mom is in bed. Stima zimezimwa.
Mama haoni?
I don't know kama alikuwa aware. I don't know kama ni fear, like alikuwa anaogopa huyu mjamaa or anything, but stima zimezimwa. I'm sleeping, his hands are all over my body. So it was sometimes I remember those images. So excuse me.
Sorry.
So when I'm talking about bitterness, it has been bitter. It has been bitter because I remember there was a time. There was a time I was ilikuwa imeingia, like ilikuwa like I can remember my sisters being around and him chasing my sisters outside. Mchana nimetokea shule, niko na uniform. He's telling my sisters waende wakacheze nje. And I'm like I'm busy doing my chores in the house. That is before anything. I'm just remembering some things. So like nina sisters zangu wamefukuzwa nje. He wants me to ride him. Yeah.
Your stepdad?
Yeah. So yeah, and he taught me how to do it. So when I talk about it, it's just there's so much bitterness that comes out of it, but I'm no longer bitter. I'm talking now to a woman who is going through something like that, because I struggled with it for let's say I forgave this man when I was 25. I was 25. And you know, from 25, no, not 25, it was 2015. 2015, I wasn't 25. 2015, I was 20. Yeah, I think I was 25. I was 25. Because now I talked to someone and I was like, I talked to a pastor, a guy pastor, and he asked me like, why are you always bitter, always this bitter, always this cold? Because I couldn't let love in. I couldn't even love anybody, even myself. I couldn't love anyone because I remember there was a time I was dating a guy and he was so in love with me. Na sikuwahi mpenda because I'm so bitter. Akachukua simu yangu usiku, I can remember he posted on my Facebook. Akasema, hi guys, teach me how to love. Because he was so bitter because he's loving me so much and I can't love him back. So hiyo kustruggle na love ilifanya like relationships zangu na wasee. I've hurt so many people. If I can talk, like people will say
hurting them in which ways?
It means hurting friends, meeting hurting men, because unapendwa, watu wanakupenda, but there is no love inside you. Because wewe mwenyewe haujui kujipenda, because you're feeling dirty, you're feeling unseen, you're feeling rejected. Because everywhere you go, kuna ile spirit of rejection. Because when your mother rejects you, the whole world rejects you. Like hikuangi like kwa sababu inakuanga it's something like, I'm not saying like it's happened, it's something that happens, but it happens most of the time because I have seen it. I've been rejected a million until sasa nikaanza sasa kuiona as a way like now I have to attack it from the point of prayer. So I'm not talking like right now rejection is following me. No, I have managed to fight it. I've managed to see it and work. Okay. What I'm talking about is I'm talking from the point of like I have overcome some of my battles. I've faced some of my giants, and God has given me the strength to talk it out. Because it's not easy talking about these things.
This is the first time you're talking it out.
Yeah, in front of a camera, and I know God has a plan, because every time He starts something, He sees it to completion. And He has said in the book of Jeremiah 29 verse 11, for I know the plans I have for you, they are plans for prosperity and a future and a hope. And I would want to talk like from the point of healing because I'm not 100%, but I can say I'm like 80 because I can love right now, and I have seen how love is, and it happened because of forgiveness. And you know, there's someone who told me about like forgiveness. Alikuwa anasema forgiveness is humility. It is not like you just wake up and you forgive someone, because nilikuwa nasema nimemsamehea, like naamuka leo najiambia Rosemary, you're forgiven this man. He's too heavy for you to carry. But now I woke up one morning and when I talked to that pastor, the one I was talking about, nikamwambia he asked me why I'm bitter. He told me that forgiveness is humility, and you don't expect someone to come and tell you pole. You wake up at your feet, unaamuka na miguu yako, unakuta huyo mtu, unamwambia nimekusamehea. And I'm like, nah, they don't deserve it. These guys don't deserve it. Because I'm like, nah, I was in denial. I was like, he don't deserve my forgiveness. Because why should I be the one to harm myself? He told me humility moves God and moves heaven. So I remember I woke up one day on a Saturday morning and I was like, kama si leo sitawahi msamehea. So I looked for him. I talked to my mom. I went to my mom first, and I bought my mom a small present. Nikamwambia nimemsamehea for her neglecting me and for her ignoring things that were there. I told her that, and she didn't react as much as I wanted her to react. She was, mama alikuwa ameweka ile barrier. She has built her wall so high that unge jump over ama unge break in. I don't know what, I don't even, sometimes I feel like I was a product of rape myself, because I see her bitterness towards me ilikuwa on another level, because did you ask? I tried to ask her, and the only problem that with my mom is that hakuwa naongea. You see how I'm talking to you? My mom would mute. Atakusikiza, atasema but she won't talk. She won't talk. So after years, sasa when I forgiven my mom, I went to look for my dad. Nikasikia kwa mahali anajenga. That's my stepdad now. Nikasikia kwa mahali anajenga. So nikafika kwa hiyo mjengo nikapata ametoka. I told myself, nah, it's not going to end today kama sijamsamehea. So I went and looked for him. And nilimpata kwa barabara. I remember I was not scared. I was like ready to talk it out. Kulikuwa na wasee, and it was dramatic in a way. But I told God, give me the strength, because if I don't do it today, I will never do it again. So I called him, nikamwambia uhoro waku ndidakuohera undu wa maundu maria wekire kana mathire na mbere ndingihota gukua ringi. So he's like, now he started opening up. He started saying, Nejo, he atomire and all that. But there were times he was sober. But now I had to buy in. Now because he was saying sorry. The moment he said sorry, like Johero Nanii, I never called him dad or anything. I've never called him dad. Kutoka ile time nilitoka, because when I was in my mom, I had to call him dad. But it was never a sincere dad. So, so when tukiwa kwa barabara, venye sasa venye aliniambia like, I'm sorry, I want you to forgive me and all that, I went home. So my mom be like, if you have forgiven us, why don't you come stay come stay with us? So I went. I told my grandmother, because kusa tushalainisha mambo, because I remember I felt like the moment I forgave him, ni kama kuna kitu ilianguka. It's like kuna mawe ilitoka kwa roho yangu ikateremka, because ile bitterness, ile mzigo nilikuwa nimebeba, nilisikia ni kama haiko tena. So there was so much peace inside me. So when I went home, I remember when I went home and talked to grandma about it. My grandma was okay with it, because the idea of going now to stay with my parents came back. Now I'm older. I'm 26 now. So I go. Like now I'm nikaenda na vilango zangu. I didn't have kids. Nikaenda na vilango zangu. And I started living with my parents. Now the problem is the same thing happened, but now it did not happen in a way. It was not sexual assault. It was not rape. It was weird. It was.
How did it happen?
what happened is that okay, we used to have hiyo nyumba yetu ilikuwa kubwa. It was big. So like there was a place of a dining hall. Na kwa sababu mimi sikuwa kwa hesabu ya watu wenye watakuja kukaa kwa hiyo nyumba. So they walieka curtain. Na hapa kuna dirisha. So you can see curtain and there is so kuna mwangaza inaingia kwa bedroom yangu. So mimi nimetoka bafu as usual. And every time I come out of the bathroom I come na changia wapi hapa kwa kioo. So kwa kioo iko hapa karibu na dirisha. So I'm busy changing. And every time I change, every time I come out of the bathroom, kama my stepdad alikuwa nje, alikuwa anaingia. Okay, kama hajaniona nikiwa ninaenda kwa bafu, ama kama ako kwa kiti, he will stay there, he will move his seat, he will sit some other place, because kiti yake ilikuwa pale kwa kona. So kuna time, I was seated outside, kuna time cousin sister yangu aliingia kwa bedroom. Alikuwa ametoka bafu akaingia kwa hiyo bedroom yangu. So then, when I'm seated here, ndio niliona sister yangu. I saw all of her. Ndio nikamwambia aangushe curtain. So nika imagine he has been seeing that all that time.
Aburudia, atuelewani hapo.
Like every time I'm coming to the bathroom, like nilikuwa ninatoka nje, nakuja kama nimeingia. Natoka kwa bafu, nakuja kama nimeingia kwa bedroom. So my see bedroom because it was a diner. So walikuwa wameka curtain na hapa kuna dirisha. So hiyo dirisha iko na mwangaza inaleta kwa nyumba. So like when I'm undressing you will see me. Ukiwa umeketi nje, when you're outside you will see me. So like I didn't understand why he was always seated there when I'm dressing. So like kumbe he has been viewing me from outside.
Bila kujua.
All the time. So nikasikia tena nikiwa uneasy tena. Ile kafili like nimemsamehea, niko at peace paka ninamuita dad because I started calling him dad. I was at peace because mimi I'm this kind of a person who die in like carrying things.
Once you forgive you release the burden.
I forgive, yeah. So he started the idea that amekuwa akiniona uchi. It just turned me off. Yani mpaka nikaanza kutafuta ways on how I can get away because I didn't want to go back to my grandmother. So I thought of a way I can go niende mpaka nikachoose kwenda na Mombasa. I called my cousin nikamwambia kuna kazi huko. I want to come. Because now like I can't tell my mom nimetoka, nimerudi Mombasa tena. Nimetoka kwa sababu ya this and this. So I wanted like itoke ni kama hajajua what has happened, but deep inside I still kwa nasikia nikiwa safe. Because the fact that he has been seeing me naked, I thought he's grooming himself now to come and do it better when I'm grown. So your idea ikani scare too like to death. So yeah, so hata kama nimemsamehea kuna ile like I wouldn't advise you as a ukishasamehea say just keep that distance. Don't meet again because ule shetani mwenye alikuwa ameingia mtu zamani anakujanga tena. So if huyo msee hajaokoka because kuna ile ukiokoka kuna ile part ya like you are no longer the same person anymore. God has dwell inside you. You are new. The old is gone. But kama umse ako to the same person and he has not experienced Christ, I would advise anybody who is going through rape or have gone through rape or sexual assault, just stay away from that person. Yeah. So that's how it happened.
So not this time, you were from the bathroom.
Yeah.
Then he came and
sat. He used to sit like. Okay, I'm trying now. I want you to visualize. I want us to visualize this room together. Kuna bafu. Ninaogea bafu hapa. Inakuja kuna kona hivi. Then there is a diner here. Then hapa kwa diner ndio nalala. Because unaona hapa hivi kuna curtain. Ameweka curtain. So pale facing opposite. Pale kuna kiti. Imeangalia bedroom yangu. Hapo sasa kwenye ninalala. Na sasa kuna curtain. Kuna dirisha iko on. So hiyo dirisha iko na mwangaza inaleta kwa bedroom. So kuna when the light come there's a reflection of you. So someone can see you, can see all of you when they are seated. on the chair because unaona hakuna mwangaza inakumulika. So that's how he used to see.
And sasa alitoka pale akajileta and then things just happened.
No. He didn't come. So what I imagine is like if he was seeing that, then he was grooming himself again to come and do it again. So I just had to run before anything else happened.
So that didn't happen.
Didn't happen again. But the fact that he has been seeing me, yani ilirudisha mind yangu from where it was going because I saw it. Yeah.
Wow. And all this time, mama alikuwa anasema nini?
My mom was silent. He was silent. She didn't talk about it. She was so calm. My mom got hakuwa na hizo. Yeah, sometimes I thought, sometimes I felt like she hated me for the fact that I felt like she hated me for the fact that the husband never seen. I don't know, but I loved her. I really loved her. If there's someone who loved my mother, is me. I loved my mom so much. Even when she rejected me, I loved her and I prayed for her. Nilikuwa nampenda mbaya. Hata kama sometimes I used to understand her because I also thought that I felt like kwa kichwa yangu ilikuwa inaniambia, what if she was raped for me ndio anipate? What if she was raped? Because mimi naonanga like something happened to her.
Something weird happened.
Yeah, because she was really bitter. She was bitter.
And she never shared about this?
Nah, we never talked. We never talked.
Did you ever request why she hated you this much?
I asked. And she never talked. She never talked. She never talked. My mom was not talkative.
She was not talkative. Eh?
Like what she did, like alikuwa anazicompress. Alikuwa anacompress hiyo anga yake yote. Alikuwa anaiweka ndani. Alikuwa anaiweka bitterness yake ndani. Yeah.
Wow. And your sisters?
My sisters are okay. I don't even know. They just know the fact that I don't think hata sijaiongea now. We never had a conversation with them. We were raised differently. Wao walilelewa na mama yangu na stepfather yangu, but I was raised by my grandmother. So you see hakuna ile connection.
Hakuna ile bond.
Ile bond haiko.
Now acha tuulize, your sisters walikuwa wa your stepfather?
Yeah.
So mom sasa alikuwa tu na wewe peke yako? So you're the first born in that family?
I'm the first born.
So mama aliolewa na wewe?
Yeah.
And that is why you face all this rejection.
Sure.
Uliuliza shosho, mbona una rejectiwa na mama?
Yeah, she gave me a story. And she told me of my mom's life before she gave birth to me.
How was it?
It was not beautiful because it was not beautiful. So when she gave me that story, hapo ndipo nilianza ku understand mom.
Kuna vitu vile ziko kumechemka kidogo.
So and I don't, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying this because I don't love my mom or I'm against my mom or something. Hata kama I'm a rest, I still respect her.
Sure.
But this happened and yeah, she was really going through a tough time. I think my mom had issues. She was sick. She had a terminal. Do you call it terminal or no? It's not terminal. She had a sickness. Okay, so ile sickness ile disease yenye ilikuwa ndani yake ni something ilikuwa inafanya akue bitter tu. So I really understand her. At some point I started forgetting about my pain. You know, sasa ile like unaanza sasa kuona pain
is too much.
Yeah, you know, pain yake is too much. Sometimes I feel like something happened to her before I was born. So and every time she saw me, it kept on reminding her. It kept on reminding her that this is what happened. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How did you pick up yourself, and then you've forgiven your dad? How did you pick up yourself?
I started
after all this.
After all this, that's the first time I've told you. The first step I did is I forgive. I forgive him. But it has not been easy. When it comes to love, you know, now you don't know how to love. So love is like I'm learning.
Where did you start like dating, and then you got to understand it is not even working?
I've dated, but I tried dating. And some of the people were like, "Mbona hujaioa? Mbona hujaiolewa?" Yeah, your point. Mbona hujaiolewa? Like mtolewa too, but if you you can get to understand someone, but you don't go telling everyone you have met. Some of the time when I met, I'm scared because I don't talk about my relationship with guys I meet. What has happened? Because I tried sharing with 2 guys and they freaked out. So like relationships zangu zimekuwa they have not been yes, kuna love. Most of the time inakuwa when it comes from the guy. For me, when I'm saying I love, sometimes earlier before now 2015, before 2015, every time I said I love you, it was, I would call it for that feeling for that moment. From 2015, hapo ndipo nilianza kujua love. Hapo ndipo nilianza sasa kwa sababu I'm no longer heavy, I'm no longer bitter. So like now love started finding me. That's why I got my first kid. And then my second kid now came, walikam na the word love. But now earlier, I was very bitter. And I think God knew that if he gave me kids, I wouldn't have taken care of those kids because ningekuwa tu a bitter mother to my kids. So like the fact that what I'm trying to say is like relationship wise imekuwa tricky. Because one day I'm in love, next minute
you're not.
I'm not. But right now I'm talking about from now 2022. The moment I started doing therapy, I've realized that there's so much beauty in just letting yourself be and letting God just and letting love in and letting things just
Happen.
Yeah, because if I can tell you, like, I'm a control, I love control, I love power. So like, see napenda. What happened is that now when you're been rejected or when you have been umepitia pain and your body gets used to pain,
You become the one in control.
Yeah, so you don't want people to mess around.
Exactly.
You don't want to find
so you
yourself.
have control to avoid all this.
Yeah, so
Heartbreaks.
Yeah. So what I do is just like I choose. When I choose things, I take control. Actually, the last time I was I just saw it in my previous one. Ilikuwa like I was taking control of everything. So what happened is like you become so defensive. Unakuwa defensive in a way like mtu akikwambia kitu hata kama ni negative, hata kama ni positive, you just look for it. Uitafutia tu makosa yani. So sometimes at the time I would look for mistakes. I'm not talking because because and I want to apologize, really apologize for people I hurt out there. Because I was looking for mistakes. Like you feel like you're not worthy of love. You feel like you're not worthy to be loved. Sometimes I push my friends away, like literally push them away. See, I hate them or anything. It's because now nimeamuka, but now after therapy, nimeona kuna changes. I'm keeping people close. I didn't keep people close. I'm for real. If I can talk, and that's why, if you can allow me, to talk a little bit about therapy,
please do.
Yeah, because I have seen it do some shifts in my life. I really kunajua kuna kuomba, unaomba, kuna kufast, kuna kuforgive, kuna kusoma Bible. It is beautiful and it's good to do all those things. But therapy is also good because mimi nimeona venye imenifanyia kwa life yangu. It has really changed the woman I am right now. And this woman, this face of a woman is a woman who is becoming, because she has understood what it feels to just let pain be. Because just sasa mimi nilikuwa naeleka pain. I was used to pain. Hata ungeniambia anything. Singe feel pain because sasa naona nimekuwa rejected, nimefanyiwa all this. Actually, if I can say, I also lived in a children's home. Like nilikuwa nakaa orphanage. I stayed for an orphanage for 2 years and my mom is alive. Like nilipelekwa huko, nikakaa, I was saying my mom is dead. I used to say with people, my mom is dead and she's alive. So the experience in the orphanage was something else. And now, so what I'm saying there, like, it's a little bit confusing, but pain came and it became a part of me. Actually, when people say they have pain, nisisikiangi uchungu. Bisa mimi nikato na kitu. Like kuna uchungu sisikiangi. I don't kwa sababu
ukapitia yote.
Nilipitia uchungu, nilipitia hiyo yote nikazoea. Yani ikazoea mwili yangu. So yeah, so like sasa therapy imechange everything, and so that's why when I wrote on my Facebook page, I wrote about therapy sessions because I would love for us to heal, not only women, not only men, not only youth, but all of us. To engage therapy sessions, we talk, because I'm thinking of forming groups therapy where we go, like, tuna meet. We meet a psychologist for a session, like for 2 hours a session. We talk, anakuja anatuongelesha, because there are so many healing. Watu wako sawa, watu nacheka. We are people are walking broken, people are walking depressed.
You're bleeding in.
Yeah. Everyone is going through something. I'm not saying that we are perfect. We are not perfect. We are humans. You have flesh.
Yeah, sure.
You have blood. So we are going through stuff, and it is normal. So if we can all decide on seeking therapy for our well-being, yani unaingia, you come out better. Because me, I am better now. I can laugh. I smile a lot actually. But you know, hii smile inakuanga ikifunika ile pain yenye nimepitia as a woman. But now I don't want to smile out of pain. I want to smile out of victory. Yeah, that I conquered it. And now I don't want to conquer it alone. I want to conquer it with a number of men and women who wants to get out of it, and they're asking, this depression is killing me. How can I get out of it? So I just thought of that idea for those sessions. So if you want, you can look for me. I am sorry, I'm taking it.
No,
you can,
just say it.
Yeah, you can you can look for Rosemary Wangari on Facebook or YouTube, Rosemary Wangari N, and you can ama I'll give a number out here yenye utacall yenye tutaongea
na mpange hiyo maneno yote.
Yeah, tupanga hiyo maneno, because I would want people
just
to
give
heal.
It out.
Yeah, my number is 0726 88 36 31. 0726 88 36 31. I want a healed nation. You know, when we hurt, tukiumizwa, when we hurt people. Hakunanga time yenye unakuanga like unasema mimi niko sawa, asiwezi hurt msee. Unasemanga uta hurt msee, but you know, because hii kitu when you are assaulted inayetanga mood swings. Leo umeamka, you want to talk. Kesho utaki kuongea. Na si kutaka.
Because
you're hurt, you're bleeding. Saa zingine umeamka, you don't even care about your body. Umeshinda, yani you are
exactly.
Itango aje ya kuamka una procrastinate. Itango
procrastinate.
Yeah.
Procrastination.
Yeah, yeah, that one. So you're thinking, umeamka umezuba, unasikia, yeah, delay and all that. Depression, anxiety. Saa zingine uko itango, you're paranoid. Yani wewe unakuwa paranoia tu kila saa. Then kuna time unasikia unasikia suicidal. Actually kuna nimekuwa nikisikia.
Have you a lot of such?
Yeah. I remember I was in high school. My mom came and she rejected me in school. And ametoka kunirudisha shule. Kuna time nilikuwa nimeenda home, akanirudisha shule. So in high school, I'm like, niko high school, unajua high school ushajitengenezea jina. Uko like nilikuwa cheerleader wa places kadhaa, so I'm not going to mention them. So like I felt like I was good. Okay, I'm not going to say I was good. I'm not going to say that I'm good, but I had really worked on being like, I don't know, I was like Grace ya God na mimi. I don't want to call it like, I want to say God grace ilikuwa imeni. alikuwa ameniweka grace yake because nilikuwa nimefind grace kwa God. Like nilikuwa sawa, nilikuwa at peace. Nobody knew about me. So no one knows about my najua I've only talked about it kwa YCS. Kwa wenye tulikuwa tunaenda nao kwa nini kwa YCS. So my mom's come anaongea some things instead of like when you're working with your mom, your mom is supposed to like anasimama on your side anasema huyu onako nyeketi no to ndio muhereka daki. But the idea of her coming, she came and made my principal like nikaanza mimi ndio mbaya kwa hiyo room. So it was depressing because I wanted her to stand by me because it was not even a big mistake. So alafu the idea of her coming and talking about my home relationship with her, telling my principal stuffs about me from home and all that. Now the principal now akaanza kuniona in another way. So you can imagine ile rejection ameleta kwa shule. So it was too much. I remember kulikuwa na shimo ilikuwa imejengwa ya choo. And I went there and I was like, I was saying like it is the end. I don't want anything else to with life. And I remember a friend of mine aitango Susan Kerema came. She was my vice, alikuwa vice wangu. She held me and she spoke yani life words. Nimekuwa suicidal. Actually, I can say if there is nothing, if kama si maongi na siko najua Mungu na siko nasoma Biblia, actually the devil has been the devil has been using suicidal thoughts over and over and over again. So when I talk about therapy, kutoka nianzie like therapy, kuna vitu nimeanza. Okay, I'm not perfect. Kuna vitu sijaweza kumanage, but I can say kuna shifts zimekuwa happen kwa life yangu. So many things have been happening in my life and better things and I'm loving me. Kwanza loving me because you know when your loving part is taken away, when you don't love yourself, there are so many things that happen to you. Ukotaka na nado mago kuwa uriore kuwa I know you're trying to imagine that picture.
Exactly.
It is not a good picture.
Yeah. And it is not easy.
It is not easy. It's not easy. And I have seen the moment I started taking care of things and all that. So ndenda kwira mundu wi hau ja. It is gutire kirema ni guy. This year in our church in Deliverance we are doing threshing mountains. I'll make those mountains a shaft motutu nesika nego God is going to give me gani yako he magego ate I'm trying to speak to you guys mago tarurania merimeo and all that. I have sharp teeth now. That's the point. I have sharp teeth now.
Finally, point is delivered.
Yeah.
After 7 years of preparation.
Sure thing.
Wow, thank you. Now, thanks so much for coming. And I would like you to just take some few minutes to advise women. Someone who has been raped, someone who has been physically and sexually assaulted. Mtu amepitia vitu kama hizo, by the way. Just talk to them. You want them to be healed. You want them to be revived, rejuvenated, and to feel they are the most powerful people we have in this world. Just talk to them.
Okay. Okay. It's not easy. It's not an easy journey. You just don't wake up one day and you're healed. It's a journey. It's like today you're okay, tomorrow you're not okay. It's the most swing narrative I was saying about, but it is not that one right now. Nimejipata nikifight na so many things. Like hata misunderstood. Wanaingia kwa nyumba. Excuse me. Unaingia kwa in a room and you can't keep on telling people like unajua nilipitia hii ndio maana niko hivi, so you will never be understood. People will be like wanaona ni kama you are out of it. You are, some even think that you don't even know what you're doing. Some because you like isolation, you know. Most of the time we isolate ourselves, we do withdraw. We don't like doing company. because we don't want to share our story. So I'm talking to a woman out there who is feeling like you don't want to share your story and you're scared if the world will, how people will. Because I've seen people freak out. Unaambia msee story, ataje kukuongelesha. Ako like anaanza sasa kutreat. Yeah, anaanza kutreat ni kama you're a pain, you're like a thorn, and haiwezi kukaribia tena. But I want to talk to a woman out there who is going through this, or has gone through this, and I want to tell you there is hope, there is healing, and it can happen to you. You stop being bitter, but you have to forgive. You have to be very forgiving. You have to understand and love yourself that you are not perfect, and you are, and you are beautiful. You're flawless, you are handsome, and sasa usijione kama wewe ni mchafu tena. You're not dirty. You're not dirty. You're very beautiful. God made you. God said that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Don't be scared about what people would say about. And don't be scared, because unajua sasa most of the time unaonanga ni kama watu waliona ni kama ulilepiwa. Watu unaonanga ni kama like everyone else is seeing you. Actually, when kuna time nilikuwa natembea, sometimes I don't even like to looking at people. I see as if they are looking at me. Alafu ile like kwanza kwa kwenda. Kwa kwenda ukureha maudo. Any kureha twede muno, and let's use affirmation words. Every morning you wake up, affirm yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. God made you for a reason, and He has a purpose for you in this world. Just affirm yourself. Tell yourself beautiful things every time. Don't be harsh on yourself. It takes healing. Healing is slowly, and trust you me. At the end of the day, you'll find you'll be better. Because I know God changed things. He's a God who is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all we can think or imagine.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and thank you for visiting Magdi TV. I'm sure so many people will be inspired.
Before you say your goodbyes, I did a song last year. I did a song called A Little Oil. Inaitwa Anaongeza. Anaongeza moja kwa moja hadi kiwango cha upendo wake. If you can allow me, I can sing chorus. Inasema anaongeza moja kwa moja hadi kiwango cha upendo wake. Anabariki moja kwa moja hadi kiwango cha upendo wake. Amini, amini leo na milele. Amini, amini leo na milele.
Wow, you have a lovely voice. Wow, it's a nice one. Your YouTube channel, unajita nani?
Rosemary Wangari.
Rosemary Wangari.
N. With an N.
With an N.
Yeah.
Rosemary Wangari.
Rosemary Wangari N.
Please go subscribe to her YouTube channel. In fact, your song is on Sunday, Kamame TV. So we start promoting that vitu kama hizo. So when you mepitia, it is not like the end of you. It is now the start of something new that God has created in your life.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out boldly and sharing the story. It is not easy.
Yeah.
So many people can do this.
Yeah.
They're not bold enough to share it out. But the more you share it out, you are educating someone, you're inspiring someone, and in fact, you're helping someone else to heal.
Sure.
Some people can even heal by just watching this story. So God bless you. And continue doing the good job that you're doing.
Amen.
May create those groups. Go look for women who are healing, who are going through all that. They're going to be healed in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Barikiwa sana.
Amen.
Asante sana.
Amen.
This is DJ Magdi TV. Asanteni sana. Na kwenye tuko ni BTL, Bible Translation Literacy. Barikiweni sana. Namba yako iko wapi? Pale chini. Twende sana. Thank you. God bless you. Their number for reservation, just call that number. They have a coffee shop. They have a restaurant. They have wedding grounds. You can do seminars, workshops here. You can just bring your person, mpoa wako mlete swimo. Kuna swimo by the way. Na mkichoka sana, hakuna atikwenda home. They have accommodation by the way. Rooms zinakaa fiti sana na kila kitu itakuwa sawa. Thank you so much. God bless you. Remember to subscribe, share, like and comment. Leave your comment below down below na tutabarikiwa sisi wote. Asante sana. Bye bye. That was good.